I'm sorry, mon cœur est stone. Tu n'es pas de
Hey, models.com. It's Yseult, and I am a French artist, so follow me.
Encore une chanson sur toi, oui, encore une autre, tout tourne autour de toi. T'es pas comme les autres. I love you, I love you, I love you, mais tout tourne autour de
To
toi.
completely love yourself is more about to accept the process, like the long process. You don't need to run fast. You don't need to reject it yourself. You just need to embrace and accept the fact that you're not perfect, that you are vulnerable, that you are strong, because you're human and not a robot, like not a machine. I recently accepted all that. So I accepted the whole thing, and the whole thing is myself as a human being. And so this is how today I can completely watching myself in the mirror, like for real. Now I just started to stop comparing myself to people, but sometimes it's very tough for me because social media and everything. But I'm just forcing myself to be more centered. I think it's because people don't really appreciate the uniqueness, or don't really appreciate the confidence, because they don't feel good in their skin. So I don't want to shut down myself because of that anymore. I'm a part of the minority group, so we are not heard. And when we express, when we speak, we are loud. So for me, it's a little bit complicated sometimes because I don't found my place in the world or in the society sometimes, so I need to just play this game every time, and it's very like exhausting sometimes because I just want to be me, I just want to be myself, and it's so tough to feel rejected as who I am, and it's so tough to be misunderstood. Like it's like someone put me in the box and everyone can see me and I'm just screaming a lot, but nobody don't give a F. So I'm like, sometimes it's complicated, but I'm working on it. I see music like my boyfriend or something. So sometimes is we fighting each other because I'm just finding a way how I can express what I have in my head in music, and sometimes I can find the words. So here is the fight. Here comes the fight. And sometimes it's the big love because it's fluid when I'm in the studio sometimes. So I'm writing my lyrics like this. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I love you. You know, like, we friend again. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, it's like it's a real relationship that I have with music. It's the same with fashion. For me, like, music is an art who I can express my feelings and I can express my vulnerability. So I like to wear clothes who I feel strong and vulnerable, and this is the same thing that I'm doing with my music.
On se fait l'amour avant la gueule. Tu me fais du mal et je m'y habitue.
So for me, Perdue is like a poem, and it's very important for me to create like references when it's about like black love, but to create like contemporary references, because we always saw us on TV, like on the media, like we are always like, they always create like some aggressive image of us, and it's very important for me to show how vulnerable and how soft we are. This video for me, it's like a tribute for black love in general, and I'm so happy to be able to show that part of us, you know. The subject of my next album is gonna be love, and if I'm not talking about love, I think it's gonna be about my sexuality and love. So I'm gonna combine both. I'm like, oh my god, I produced that. Let's go. Wow. Wow. For me, like, I really love like fabrics. I really love fabrics because this is the first material for creating something. And in music, my first material to create something, like to create music, it's my voice. So for me, like, fashion and music is the same art, because we need like material to create pieces. So the relationship with Sarah Burton started when she invited me for a show, and I was next to Janet Jackson, and I was like, what's going on? And she was like, hi, I'm Janet Jackson. And I was like, inside of me, I was like, oh my god. But in front of her, I was like, hi, my name is Yseult. I'm a French artist. Yeah, you know. To be able to be a part of Alexander McQueen campaign with Sarah Burton, for me, it means like a lot, because when I grew up, I didn't have this kind of representation around me, and to be able to inspire people to love themselves and to show that beauty is pluriel, for me it's very powerful, and I'm so grateful to Sarah and all her team to be able to do that today, like with them. Every time I was shooting with Sarah and her team, I was like, okay, so the mission that I have today, it's to represent all the beauty in the world, and to just feeling myself on this set and to kill to kill this campaign. I accepted to be a spokesperson for L'Oréal Paris, and I cried because I was like, okay, I'm a singer, but now I have the mission to represent all the beauty in the world, because it was not just about like France, you know. My contract is like an international contract, and I cried because I was like, finally some people, like boys and girls, gonna see me and gonna be represented and heard. For me, it was a huge victory. Even in my career, it was a huge victory, but it's a victory for the beauty industry too, because for the first time we can see that, okay, they have like we have Viola Davis and we have Yseult, and it's like now everything is possible, even if the battle is tough and heavy. We are loud, we shine. And it was important when I saw Paloma to say that to her. We were like, girl, we are the first curvy model to walk for Balenciaga. And she was like, girl, yes. And I was like, you know what? Thanks you for all the job you've done, because you just paved the way for me, and even Precious, even Ashley Graham, Jill, like all those models paved the way for me to be here on this runway. So I was so happy to walk with Paloma like together, and it was like a very powerful moment together. It's an opportunity for me to show who I really am, and to say to the world that even if you have this resistance to reject the minority, we have the strength to be heard more and more, years after years, and I'm so happy about that. I was just trying to make everything happen around me, like my project, the model thing, and I just took 2 months of break because I was like, no, I just need to find myself and to clearly stop lying to myself. I recently accepted myself as a human being. I learned that to completely love yourself is more about to accept the process, like the long process. I'm excited to be able to speak my truth as a Black woman, and I'm so grateful about all the women and men who paved the way for me, for us. And this is the most exciting thing in the world. Even if it bothered some people, I don't care, because I have the right to do it. And yeah, this is the most beautiful thing in my world and in the world.